Good morning, guys. The death of Charlie Kirk the other day made a lot of people think and realize that life is very short. It also made most Christians realize we are being persecuted, whether we like it or not. There are people out there to kill us. It's as simple as that. And it's been established that you cannot negotiate with people that want you dead. And because Charlie was so effective in his communication and the actual interaction with people, he was willing to listen to them. And a lot of people were starting to see the light. But the problem was there's always that element in the background that wants us dead. It's as simple as that. I was watching a couple of podcasters last night that I know to be relatively level headed. And when I watched their reactions, it actually started making me scared. Myself reacted exactly the same way. And by watching them, I realized what I was doing. As soon as I saw what had happened to Charlie, I reacted in a certain way. I started becoming angry. And if you go follow up on all my comments on Facebook to the different people that thought it was great that Charlie was shot, you'll be horrified at some of the things I said to them. Yes, it was definitely wrong what they were saying. Absolutely, I stick by that. But the way that I did it was certainly not godlike at all. Keep in mind, you're not going to be popular if you follow the way that God prescribes you to follow. And I found this out, and I found out how easy it is to slip back into exactly what these people are doing. Because when you react in the same way that they're reacting, you are no better than them. Keep in mind, I come from a past where if someone said something I didn't like, I would just bop them in the nose. It would be that simple. But if I'm a new creation in God, I can no longer behave like that. Because if I behave like that, I'm certainly not an example to anybody. I'll tell you why people are feeling so strongly about this Charlie Kirk murder. Let me tell you why. It's because he was one of the few voices of reason that are actually left in the world. Everybody else, when you put the news on, mainstream media is a lot of junk, as we all know, and all you hear is garbage after garbage and lie after lie. But he brought something new. He brought something that was not of this world. And most people could see that. And a lot of people didn't like it. Now, I'm not saying don't oppose their views. Of course, you should oppose their views. As you, as a Christian, have every right to oppose their views. The problem is you cannot convert people. You can only plant the seed. And that's as far as it goes. It's up to them what to do with the gospel you have presented to them. So if somebody flies off the deep end, starts swearing at you, whatever, leave it there. Just leave it there. But don't apologize for who you are and the religion you follow. Never apologize for that. Now, what I'm not saying is I'm not saying be weak and be a wimp. That is not what I'm saying. I'm saying handle it correctly. Handle it the way that Jesus would have wanted you to handle it. Unlike what I did yesterday. If we look at Matthew 5, verses 43 to 44, you have heard that it was said, love your neighbor and hate your enemy. But I tell you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you. When we find ourselves coming against those who rallied against us, like these guys at the moment, persecuting Christians, we have an important decision to make in how we respond. Now, if we go on in that same verse in Matthew, it says, he causes the sun to rise on the evil and the good and sends rain on the righteous and the unrighteous. If you love those who love you, what reward will you get? Or not even the tax collectors doing that. And if you greet only your own people, what are you doing more than what other people are doing? Do not even pagans do that. Be perfect, therefore, as your heavenly Father is perfect. The thing that we need to keep in mind is that Satan is a defeated foe. That day Jesus died on that cross for us and rose again. Satan was defeated. It is simple as that. So keep that in mind today as you go out there. Pray for Charlie and his family and the loss that a young family has to go through with kids not having a father, but only memories of the father. Let's make that legacy of his lost and respond in the correct way. The way he would have responded, I think, is very similar to how Jesus would have responded. And we can learn from that because I was no example yesterday. Please subscribe to my channel. Have a lovely day. Cheers.